Prague. Such a majestic and fascinating city, with a curious history of solving problems the same way a teen mother who ran out of Prozac would. Magnificent. A world-famous symbol, the oldest one still functioning to this day. I feel like this is a good metaphor for Prague, because the only things more astronomical than this clock are the scams of this city. Let's start off with one of the big classics. This ugly son of a bitch is making a lot of money, and basically you are fucking stupid. They will give you some exchange rates, along with some service fees, so ridiculous that even Kevin O'Leary would be ashamed to offer them.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
The first impression is really splitting me. On one side, this is truly one of the most beautiful squares I've ever seen. On the other side, though, they make you feel like you're nothing but a walking bag of money.
Hello, I like money.
Getting any food in this square, for example, is going to cost a lot of money. Like you can get this delicious dish of dumplings and sauerkrauts for only 20 euros. And I had other issues too.
So guys, we were just walking the street and already 2 people came and asked us for money. I know that life gets in the way and it's difficult and there's no shame in asking for help, but there's a better way to do it maybe, like don't get in people's face and just, you know, like, I'm in your same situation, bro. I don't have a home, I don't have a job. Stop bothering me. What do you think?
We can shoot them down.
There's also a lot of random bullshit museums.
What is this? Oh. Do you think we should pay for this?
Nah.
I agree. Let's leave.
But of course, there are many more, like the Alchemists and Magicians Museum, the Museum of Senses, Illusions, Lego, Sex Machines, Apple, and of course, how could we forget the Selfie House? And what about the pub crawls? And what about these carriage tours around the city? For the modest price of 135 euros per hour. Oh yeah, this is Krakow. I forgot to film it in Prague. But enough with the negatives.
We are going for the touristic route because we are boring people. Another thing that we've read up is that Prague is also known as the city of 100 towers. So we're going to count how many we can find. I think this is one.
While you count towers like the little autistic kid you are, there are some cool places that you can go and visit, like St. Vitus Cathedral, this cool library. They even have this infinite spiral of books, but the queue was way too long for that, so you get a picture from someone online. There's the Jewish ghetto, which is very beautiful. Please don't misunderstand me. There's the Czech ripoff of the Eiffel Tower, and yes, we did count it. Unfortunately, Nicola, being 2 robots trapped in a chat body, can only count in base 4.
So
4 times 4 times 3 plus 4.
Yes, of course I went on top of it. Neat! There's also this hand-squeezed building. We did not count it as a tower. There's this giant metronome that decided not to work when I got there. But that's cool. It's not like there are 15 minutes of stairs or anything. Here's how it's supposed to be like. Here's the Lennon Wall. This one is pretty interesting. The wall has a long history of Lenin-inspired graffiti. Started as a protest against the communist regime in the 80s, the wall is ever-changing with the new graffiti. And the original Lennon is now under many layers of paint. Oh, right, there's this thing about the biggest old castle in the world. Or something like that. Anyway, I've already showed you the square. But now...
you can go up there. We're going up this thing. They're charging extra for the elevator too.
I like money.
So we're taking the stairs. Oh, there's a red light. I think we are going to push our way through.
Move, bitch, get out the way.
view from here is amazing. But as you saw, even in a cloudy Wednesday in winter, the place is very much overcrowded. Which brings me into the next topic. Wait, I know this one. Cool. Anyway, we managed to get up early in the morning and get all of Charles Bridge almost to ourselves. Yeah, no way, this is some stock footage. You'll get something more like this. What about the famous trdelnik, the delicious roll that they make right in front of you? For only 7 euros! It's Romanian. But there's still the very sophisticated absinthe, am I right? And it is true, it was a very popular drink in Bohemia for a while. I'm sure there's someone watching like, ho ho ho, I'm such a fine connoisseur. But actually... Okay, but what do they have? Dumplings. A lot of them. Bread dumplings, potato dumplings, cheese dumplings, dumpling with chicken, dumplings with strawberries, sweet dumplings, dumplings with goulash. Wait, that's Hungarian! Cool, what else? Beer! Czech Republic is by far the greatest consumer of beer per capita, with an average of 140 liters per year per person, completely eclipsing the 107 liters of Austria in second place. Then of course we have the roasted duck. Beer! We also got the chlebiček, which is basically a bruschetta. Oh, and by the way, it's bruschetta! Not bruschetta! Not bruschetta! Not bruschetta! 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 There's rajčka omajska, very tasty, obviously served with dumplings. Beer! And some very good desserts, like kolache. Beer! Or, you guessed it, dumplings! Well, I didn't get to interact with a lot of people, but besides the
Money!
thing, which I don't think is representative of the people, I found that they are a bit closed at first, probably a bit formal and overpolite. But if you get to know them, they are very warm-hearted and will go out of their way to help you. With a very practical approach to things, see the defenestration for example, and a bit of a sarcastic sense of humor, a natural willingness to share more about their culture, and of course, a particular love for beer! And regardless of what your parents might say, they are not Czechoslovakia anymore, and they don't really enjoy getting called like that. Go figure, there's so much more I could say about Prague and the Czechs. For example, Kafka, the famous author, with a weird fantasy about becoming a cockroach, knocking shaming. You're looking at his big old face rotating right now. Or Dvorak, my personal favorite composer. You've been listening to his work during this video. There's still so much more about Prague and Czechia. But this is not a good guide.